back again. Okay, so I know you love it when I try to look in the camera and see who's watching. It is really hard because it's hard to see who's out there, but if I look closely, oh, I see Jaden. Hi, Jaden. And Vincent's out there. I see Vincent and Kylie. Hi, Kylie. How are you? Okay, so we're going to move on. Hang on, Luke wants to do something. Hi! Exciting here. All right, let's start with our poems right here. I'm going to go just into the second page of our poems, first and second. So I'm going to read this one and this one. It's actually 3 poems. So the first one I want is bored. Because I hope that you are not saying I'm bored to your parents right now. It's summer, find something fun to do, even if it's raining like it is right now outside. Build something, cardboard. What can you make out of a paper plate maybe and some toilet paper tubes? So this is called bored. Bored. I can't afford a skateboard. I can't afford an outboard. I can't afford a surfboard. All I can afford is a board. So there's 2 meanings of bored. So the title of this board means, oh, Mom, I don't have anything to do. But at the end he said, all I can afford is this board. And that's spelled differently if you noticed, because he's talking about a wooden board. Right next to that is standing is stupid. So if you have ever gone to Cedar Point, raise your hand. Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, ever been to a carnival, and you've had to stand in a very long ride line, maybe an hour or 2, you might understand why standing is stupid. Standing is stupid. Standing is stupid, crawling's a curse, skipping is silly, walking is worse, hopping is hopeless, jumping's a chore, sitting is senseless, leaning's a bore, running's ridiculous, jogging's insane. Guess I'll go upstairs and lie down again. Get it? So he's not going to do anything but lie around. Okay, on the second page of that is fancy dive. How many of you, raise your hand if you've gone swimming so far this summer? Okay, it's what I thought. So this person in here is trying to do a fancy dive, and oh boy, that is quite a face on that fancy dive. Fancy dive. The fanciest dive that ever was dove was done by Melissa of Coconut Grove. She bounced on the board and flew into the air with a twist of her head and a twirl of her hair. She did 34 jackknives, backflipped and spun, quadruple gainered and reached for the sun, and then somersaulted 9 times and a quarter, and looked down and saw that the pool had no water. That is a scary fancy dive. Now you know why her face is so much fear on it. Okay, so we are going to read chapter 3, and if you've been following along in your book, you have chapter 3. It's like on the next page right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold it over. What a mess, huh? Chapter 3. Okay, so today's skill for this chapter is the main idea. We've done this a lot of times in class. So listen, the main idea is the most important thing or text writing in a short, organized way. So you're going to use the table below to help you create the main idea for the chapter. So you're going to use this to help you figure out the main idea, these 2 boxes, and then you'll have the main idea. You need 1 sentence, okay? 1 sentence to do the main idea. That's it. Don't forget capitals, periods, okay? Not periods, but punctuation marks, which might be a period. So let's head over to chapter 3. Do you have your bookmarks still? I do. Chapter 3. And there is toothpaste that says Blanco Dent. The birds were chirping in the tree outside John's window, and the sky beyond was deep blue. The bedroom door opened a few inches. "Hey, Sleepy," Mrs. Midas called. "Everyone else is up." Oh, before we begin reading it, I should have done this before. Sorry. Chapter 2, if you remember, he found that candy shop that he had never seen before, and he had a magic coin with his initials on it, and that's all the money he needed to buy the special candy box. So when he got home and opened it, there was only one piece of candy in the box. So he ate it, and it was super good, and he went to sleep, right? Okay, so now it's the next morning, and his mom is trying to get him out of bed. Top of page 36. John put on his bathrobe and slippers and ambled to the bathroom. His sister Mary was still brushing her teeth, and he had to wait until she finished. "Come on, Mary," he said a little crossly. "Don't take all morning." "Here you are," Mary said, handing him the toothpaste tube. While Mary soaped her face, John squeezed a little of the toothpaste onto his brush. The paste was pink. John made a face at his toothbrush. It didn't seem fair that he should have to brush his teeth with stuff that tasted just like his tonic. "A stinky taste," he called it. John opened his mouth, pushed in the end of his toothbrush, and as soon as it touched his front teeth, he noticed a delicious sweetness in his mouth, a taste of the best kind of chocolate. He pushed the brush to and fro, and the taste seemed to grow stronger. He removed the brush. The bristles were brown. "What kind of toothpaste is this?" John asked. Mary was drying her face. "The same kind," she answered. "It says on the tube." "Blanco Dent," John read. It was the same kind they always had. "Why is it chocolate flavored this time?" he asked. "Boy, is it good." "Silly," Mary said. "Course it isn't chocolate." She hung up her towel and swished out of the bathroom. John squeezed some more toothpaste on his brush and continued to brush his teeth. Chocolate again? It was marvelous. Rich, sweet, smooth chocolate, chocolatey chocolate, like the single piece of chocolate from the box the night before. Should be on this page, and it's got this great picture of John brushing his teeth with a huge smile on his face, and Mary with her hands on her hip like, "What is going on with you?" There seemed to be no further need for the toothbrush, so John rinsed it and hung it up. He squeezed out another bit of toothpaste onto his fingertip this time. He put his finger in his mouth and ate the toothpaste off. When he took his finger out again, it was stained chocolate brown. John wasted no more time. He put the end of the toothpaste tube into his mouth and emptied the paste onto his tongue. It squeezed out like thick cream chocolate. Mary looked into the bathroom. "Hey, what are you doing?" she demanded. "Yummy," is all that John said. John and Mary were a little late getting to the dining room, and Mr. Midas was already on his way to his train when they sat down at the breakfast table. "John ate up all the toothpaste," Mary told their mother. "Oh, you sneak," John whispered. "Well, you did," Mary reminded him. "And that's a waste. Isn't it a waste, Mother, to eat up all the toothpaste in one day?" Mrs. Midas was serving their orange juice. "Mary, really," she said. "I'm sure John was only joking. He must have been pretending to eat the toothpaste." "No, he wasn't," Mary insisted. "I was watching. I saw him squeeze it right into his mouth. He said it was chocolate." "Oh, dear," protested Mrs. Midas. "Chocolate again! Now, I know it was just a joke. He just wished it were chocolate, Mary. Come now, drink up your orange juice, both of you. Your bacon and eggs will be ready in a minute." As Mrs. Midas left the room, John took up his glass of orange juice and put it to his lips. As soon as he tilted it, the liquid began to flow into his mouth. A happy look came into his eyes. "Boy, that's good," he said at last, lowering the glass. "Chocolate juice." Mary looked at John. Then she looked at the glass of orange juice. It was a bright orange color. She tasted it. It tasted just like orange to her. "It is not chocolate juice," she said. "It's orange juice. Orange juice is good for you." "Yes, John," Mrs. Midas said, hearing the last few words as she carried the tray of bacon and eggs. You must drink your... And she caught sight of John's empty glass. John, she said, you good boy. That's the first time in ages you've finished your orange juice without having to be told to. It tasted of chocolate, John explained. All right, Mrs. Midas said. Very funny. But don't tease Mary too much. Remember, Mary's younger than you are. Top of page 43. John silently picked up his fork and sliced the yolk of his fried egg. The yellow oak broke over the white, and he shivered as he watched it, as he always did. I can't eat this, he told his mother. Of course you can, Mrs. Midas said. You drink your orange juice. Try to eat your bacon and eggs. John scraped up a small piece of egg and put it in his mouth. It immediately became chocolate white and chocolate yolk. Both lovely, lovely chocolate. John mumbled. Chocolate egg. In almost no time he had finished every scrap of egg on his plate. Then he tried the bacon. The bacon turned into chocolate too. John had never before enjoyed his breakfast so much. After the orange juice that turned to chocolate juice in his mouth, and the fried bacon and egg that had turned to fried chocolate, he ate 2 slices of chocolate toast with chocolate butter and chocolate marmalade, and washed down with a glass of chocolate milk. I'm very pleased with you this morning, Mrs. Midas said as she helped John on with his coat. If you promise to eat your lunch at school as well as you ate your breakfast, I'll give you a dime to buy some chocolates with. Oh, that's all right, John said. I don't think I'll need it. Mrs. Midas looked puzzled as she waved goodbye. Chapter 4. What a dream for John! Everything that he is putting in his mouth turns into chocolate. So, I'm wondering, if you could have only one flavor for a whole day, no matter what you ate, would it be chocolate like John? Or would it be something else? What would it be? I'm going to leave the comments on for this YouTube video, which I usually don't do unless I do by accident. And if you comment back in the comments and tell me what flavor you would like to taste for a full day, that would be great. Now, why would I do? Chocolate is intriguing, but I think it would get boring after a while. I do like avocados, but I think that too would be a little boring after a while. I do like variety, but if I had to have one flavor, one taste in my mouth all day, no matter what I ate, I think it would be strawberries. Fresh strawberries, sweet as can be. I can't wait to see what yours would be.
I'd choose chocolate.
He would choose chocolate.
I love chocolate.
How about you, Evelyn? What would you choose?
Me personally, I would choose, I don't know. I would choose blackberries.
Blackberries, like the sweet kind. We have a blackberry tree in our yards, definitely. So, I'll give you a few days to get through chapters 2 and 3, and then a few days from now, I'm going to do probably 2 chapters at a time. You don't have to watch them all back to back, or maybe you do. Whatever you want, as long as you're trying to get this done to give it to me before the first day of school, which is like a long time away. So, it was great seeing you all, and I can't wait to see you again. So I want to say goodbye. Is that Reagan I see out there? Bye, Reagan. We'll see you later. And bye, Callie. See you later, too. Bye, everyone.